to them, and there's benefits. My role here is to pick the three that I like in order, and I guess the way we'll do it, we'll kind of start with third and or fourth and work our way to the top ones at 1 and 2. I apologize for the feedback. I'm not sure what to do here, but fourth place is going to go to this young man. Congratulations, good work. I think what put him fourth and not higher is just that overall awareness of what getting one stuck looks like when you're in position to get them set up, keeping that head up. He excelled on the movement part of it. Would just like to keep that top up and keep that keep together a little bit for me as we look at him from a profile view. As we move on to third place, we're going to go with this young lady right here. Good work. Probably the best in terms of ease of movement around the ring, and I really appreciate it. There's a lot of work put in as she could get that sheep to go without a fight anywhere she wanted it to. Where she gave up a little bit primarily was on getting me a good hard brace and getting it stuck. We get to the top two. Reserve champion's going to be the Goggled Fates Weather young lady. Probably the best in terms of getting it, when she got it propped up and getting it stuck for me, giving me the silhouette I'm looking for. She got the feet down in the corners very consistently. Her deficiency was that whether it wasn't his day, he didn't want to move around the ring. And young lady, you're going to be our champion senior showman. Congratulations. I think the best combination of all the above. For you, what I'd coach you on is you had a tendency to stretch that lamb a little too much in feet placement. If you could consistently get the feet down in the corners, he looks great. And every once in a while you get those front feet too far and you kind of take away a look of a pretty nice sheep. So work on that. Good job. Let's show your appreciation for all our senior exhibitors. Thank you.
Championship honors in the Senior Showman division went to Natalie Wagner. Reserve champion Senior Showman was Hannah Wagner. Third place Senior Showman was Elena Wagner. Receiving fourth place honors was Joel Adams. Now entering the arena will be our Junior Showmen. These showmen are ages 8 to 13 years old as of January 1st. In this flight, we have Ella Kalk, Lawson Wagner, Easton Adams, Hallie Adams, Wyatt Adams, and Skylar Amon. This will be a first call for those Clover Kid exhibitors. First call, Clover Kids. Second and final call, Clover Kids. Second and final call, Clover Kids. If you have relatives that can't come today to the show and would like to watch this, it is being live streamed by the Blair radio station. You go to YouTube streaming at Dodge County Fair NE 4561, and that's all. There's no dots, dashes, spaces, or anything, no capital letters. So once again, if you have relatives or friends that would like to watch today's shows, they are being streamed by the Blair radio station, so thank them for that. You will find it at YouTube streaming at Dodge County Fair NE 4561. Once again, if you should have anyone that would like to watch today's show but can't make it to the arena, they can watch this live on YouTube streaming at Dodge County Fair NE 4561, courtesy of the Blair radio station. We would like to thank them for doing that for us for our shows this year.
What do you want me to
finishing up the junior showmanship, we dismissed the blue ribbon winners, and individually I talked on with them a few things that I thought might help them. Parents, you can kind of debrief. If you agree or disagree, you can tell them forget it, or maybe they can show you, maybe they learned something today. Tried to make them comfortable in the ring and enjoy the time and appreciate what their efforts and their work on the projects. As we get into the top three, I think these three sort themselves a little clearly, or more clearly than what we had in the senior showman. Young man with the blue ULAM is going to be third place today. Congratulations. We talked a little bit about how things in the class started out real good, and as the class wore on, I said, she's getting wore out, isn't she? And he said, yeah. He said, and so we talked about saving time bracing and cranking on them till we really need them, till the judge comes up and handle them. There's times you can kind of take a break in the ring, particularly as you get to fair and bigger classes. You don't have to be on the full time, and I know a lot of parents will coach that, you know, look at the judge, be it, but take care of your sheep and save them, because you have a 15-minute class and you can work them out, particularly on a hot day. Following up, I think second and third also quite logical. Young lady with the Hampshire sheep is going to be our second place. Real good job for you. Maybe not as consistent in terms of getting that land stuck and set up for me as our first place, and then you can kind of see probably the more experienced kind of showman ended up on the top. I think we had a pretty big range of age in our junior showman, and today you're going to be our champion. I thought really probably clear cut from the time you walked in the ring. You know what you're doing. You worked with your lamb. Just watch feet placement for me, and keep the head up and nose kind of straight. But good job. Thank you.
This will be a first call, Class 1 ewe lambs. First call, Class 1 ewe lambs. Currently in the arena are our Clover kids. Our Clover kids today are Justin Crete and Riker Amen. These exhibitors are ages 5 to 7 years old, and this is a non-competitive class. Once again, there is a first call out for the Class 1 ewe lambs. First call, Class ewe lambs. In junior showman, our champion showman this morning was Haley Adams. Reserve champion junior showmanship honors went to Skylar Amen, and our third place junior showman was Easton Adams. Receiving blue ribbons in our junior showmanship was Ella Kaup, Lawson Wagner, and Wyatt Adams.
In the Clover Kid division, just 2 inches. We're going to go. Guys, come up to you. I'm going to ask you 2 questions, and then you can be dismissed. I want to know your name and what your lamb's name is, if you can tell everybody.
Riker, and my sheep's name is Velvet.
We appreciate when we have young people that show interest in the project, whether it's through siblings, cousins, or what have you. It's good to see that there's young people interested, and look forward to seeing you in future years as a full 4-H exhibitor. Thank you for coming in. Congratulations.
Once again, our Clover Kid exhibitors for this morning's show was Justin Crete and Riker Amen. This is the second and final call for that Class 1 ewe lamb. Second and final call, Class 1 ewe lamb. Once again, if you are recent arrivals to the sheep show, we do have some programs up here to the right of the announcer stand, my right. They're in a wooden box on this shelf and they are green. So if you need a sheep show program, they are up here to the right of the announcer stand. Also, the Blair radio station is live streaming this show this morning. So if you have relatives and friends that would like to watch the show but can't make it to the fair, they may watch that on YouTube streaming at Dodge County Fair NE 4561. Now entering the arena is our Class 1 ewe lambs. This will be a first call for Class 2 yearling ewes. First call, Class 2 yearling ewes. Now entering the arena is our Class 1 ewe lambs. This will be a second and final call for Class 2 yearling ewes. Second and final call, Class 2 yearling ewes. We would like to thank our donor, Methodist Fremont Health, for our exhibitor t-shirts and sponsoring them this year. Every 4-H member, including the Clover Kids exhibiting at the fair, will receive a free shirt. Exhibitors are required to wear this t-shirt during the exhibition, at shows, and during contests. Thank you to Methodist Fremont Health for sponsoring the exhibitor t-shirts this year. If you are an exhibitor and do not have your t-shirt yet, those may be picked up in the livestock office. And please pin your exhibitor back tags below the sponsor logo on the back of your shirt. Once again, thank you to Methodist Fremont Health for sponsoring our exhibitor t-shirts for this year's fair. We would also like to thank Heather and Josh Kaut for donating the bedding for our sheep and goats for this year's fair. So if you see Heather and Josh around the fair, thank them for providing those wood chips for your exhibit. If you have 4-H related questions during the fair, please find Lisa Pup, Shane Ahrens, Macy Flesher, or Mary Spack. For general fair questions, just stop in the office and ask one of them. Other activities going on at the fair today include the bucket cap interviews, the meat goat show starting after the sheep show, the dairy goat show, which will begin at 1 p.m. After the dairy goat show, we will be having our dairy cattle show, and the bucket calf show will begin at 2:30. At 6:30 is the public fashion review in the exhibit hall. For our champion and reserve champion showmen, don't forget that Sunday, August 2nd is our round robin showmanship. Check-in begins at 11 a.m., showmanship at noon in the Livestock Show Arena. Competitors include the top 2 champion and reserve champion senior showmen in beef, swine, sheep, and meat goats. So make sure you touch base with the extension staff about that if you have any questions. All Nebraska State Fair 4-H animal entries and fees are due online no later than August 10th at 8 p.m. It is your responsibility as an exhibitor to get those entered. If you need help, please see the extension staff, and they will be more than willing to help you with any questions. We have 2 of our Dodge County ambassadors helping us this morning. They are Brooke Weiss, who is the daughter of Mindy and Marvin Weiss. Brooke is a member of the DC Clovers 4-H Club. In 4-H, she exhibits both baking and livestock projects, and she attended the 2025 National 4-H Congress in Atlanta, Georgia. This fall, Brooke will be a senior attending Logan View High School, where she is active in a variety of activities and clubs. Our other ambassador helping out this morning is Kelsey Bunn. Kelsey is the daughter of Hope and Mike Bunn. Kelsey is a member of both the Clover Clan 4-H Club and the Rawhide Riders 4-H Club. In 4-H, she exhibits in multiple static projects as well as the horse project, and she also exhibits rabbits and poultry. In the fall, Kelsey will be attending the 4-H Congress in Atlanta, Georgia. She will be a senior at North Bend Central High School this fall. These ambassadors volunteer and advocate for Dodge County 4-H and local events and help mentor younger 4-H members acting as roles in 4-H. Other ambassadors include Alexa Broad, who is the daughter of Daryl and Ann Broad. She is a member of the Team 4-H Club. In 4-H, she exhibits many different static projects, as well as being a Nebraska 4-H Gives Back Award recipient. Alexa was involved in a variety of activities and clubs, both in and out of school. As a graduate of North Bend Central High School, Alexa has been attending Wayne State College to study agribusiness. Our final ambassador is Chase Hartman. Chase is the son of Jeff and Amy Hartman. Chase is a member of the Hearts and Hooves 4-H Club. In 4-H, he exhibits animals in both the swine and cattle projects. This spring, Chase graduated from Logan View High School, where he was active in football, basketball, and golf. Currently in the arena is our Class 1 ewe lambs. There is a second and final call out for Class 2 yearling ewes.
In our breeding ewe lamb class, we're going to award 3 purples, and the balance will be blues. I think a class with a lot of differences, a lot of give and takes, and to be candid, I didn't have one that really reached out and grabbed me. They've all got some things I like, and they all have some things I'd like to fix. The Hamp-influenced ewe lamb that I'm starting with, I think you look at her and you're going to say she's the big burly, big ribbed, big burly topped one in the class, and that's what she is. She's a little bit fat for me. She's a little bit low and coarse about her front end, and that's what I don't like about her. But I think the advantages over our second place are going to be she's stouter bone, she's rounder. There's more total muscle in this sheep. Wish it come in a prettier package. And that's where our second place lambs excels. This is the one, skeletally, is probably the best one. You get this sheep on a profile, she's neck, she's up fronted, she runs downhill. She's got a reasonably good top in her. When you get behind her, she gets awful flat in that center leg. She's pounds disadvantage to the other one, but I don't think there's as much genuine muscle in this one as compared to our first place sheep. And there's certainly not the stoutness of bone, but a very feminine, very profiling kind of sheep. And I like this one quite a bit. I wish there was more to her. Young lady in third, she'll be our last purple. This is a weight and probably age disadvantaged sheep to some of the other ones in the class, but there's quite a bit of good at this one if you get past that. She needs a couple more birthday months, but she'll get over being young. What I like about this one is there's a lot of muscle in her. She's groove top, and she holds it together in a pretty good package. I think for me to move up a little bit, if she was just a little bit cleaner about that shoulder, a little more elevated in her chest floor, she could probably move up and be second. Starting into the blues, we've got a kind of appears to be a white-faced influence, a little bit, kind of a sheep. One that like the levelness in her, like the rib spring. She's a broody kind of female. Where this one loses me a little bit is in her front 1/3. If we could make that more attractive, bring that chest floor up, have her run downhill a little more, she's quite a little better, but that's what she is. Following, here's one that I think just kind of funnels for me a little bit from behind. Not as level, not as attractive from a profile as the one ahead of her. And I just like to give this one a little more flash and not make her quite as flat. Compared to the blue sheep that follows her, I think she's got a little more to her. This blue sheep is kind of made right in terms of being attractive from the front end. She's long-necked, feminine kind of female. You'll catch her every once in a while. You question her top integrity. She maybe falls apart a little bit from the spine for me, and